State Chairman, sir.
Build a youth!
Build a nation!
Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, the Leader of the House, other distinguished members of the Cross River State House Assembly, the 9th Assembly. Let me, on behalf of all the youth gathered here, congratulate you once again. Because what it, and by the grace of God, you are here to speak for us. Congratulations once again. Build a youth!
Build a nation!
Mr. Speaker, our message is simple, it's direct, and we are very focused. To further assure you that we are determined and we will not leave any stone unturned, we will go hungry to make sure we get to the root of what we are discussing, where we are going to tell you today. A few days ago, His Excellency reminded us of our epileptic nature when you talk about states in Nigeria. His Excellency reminded us that we have been suffering from kwashiorkor when you talk about feeding in the country. They fed well and then allowed the crumbs to get to us. Simply because Cross River State has always been used to negotiate for others to eat and blow their tummy. You can also recall, Mr. Speaker, that Cross River State was sacrificed for certain person's selfish interests by the ceding of Bakassi, and up to today, the Green Tree Agreement has not been kept. The federal government has shown nonchalant attitude. They have refused. It is because it is Cross River State, and because we are peace-loving people. Mr. Speaker, we are saying that in this generation, we don't want to be peaceful again.
Enough is enough. We
want to tell the whole world we are ready to sacrifice the little we have. That's why we did not consult any politician to do this. We are doing this out of dedication that please tell them if they cannot speak anywhere you go to in the college, in the committee, in the college of speakers. When you go, tell them that your people will not allow you come back home until they support you to tell the federal government to compensate us properly when they collected us our 76 oil wells and gave to Akwa Ibom. Tell them too that please, anything that they see us doing, that we are doing because we are tired of our situation, they should resettle the Bakassi people properly. Tell the federal government too, if they cannot all do this, why can't they approve all our projects that this administration has put on ground? If we have our superhighway and our deep sea port, we'll be competing with those in Lagos. If you go to Lagos, you hardly found PA and SA. You see CEOs of companies. It's because they are opening. We'll be glad to be called CEOs of companies and MDs if we have a superhighway and a deep sea port. Or better, nevertheless, if they can also approve our power plant, which I know we have put in the little resources after they have taken enough from us to do that. Let them approve it so that the money the state government has put in there will not be in vain. Mr. Speaker, so many things has happened. The NDDC project for the past 2 years, Cross River State has not benefited enough as other states has benefited. Perhaps it's because they have already seen us as non-oil producing state, simply because they have taken away all our oil wells. We are handicapped as we speak. We thought we would grow away from civil service state and begin to compete with our contemporaries outside the state. But perhaps if we allow this thing continue the way it is, tomorrow we'll go hand in hand begging. Mr. Speaker, you can see the population is growing better than when you were in our age. Thank God you are still a young person, but you understand what I'm talking about. By the time this population blow by 60, you understand that you are also in problem. Mr. Speaker, you were not supposed to be bothered in your house if we have all these things working in Cross River State. Young men, we are not lazy people. As far as I'm concerned, in Nigeria, Cross River State has the most talented and intellectual young persons in Nigeria. We are very conscious and very committed to it. I want to say, please, so that we will not turn this peaceful to a warful very soon, because some of us are ready to die for what we know. Yes. Even the one we don't know, we are ready to die for it. So we beg you to lend your voice with that of His Excellency as he has started crying, he has started calling that please, Cross River State is maltreated. Let this issue be addressed so that the hand of a monkey will not turn to that of a human being in the pot of soup. Thank you very much.
Build a youth!
President, you have spoken well. Our chairman has spoken on behalf of the ESCO. We would like to call a major stakeholder, the person of senior comrade Bakassi. So please, on behalf of the stakeholders, please speak for.
Come here.
Bakassi.
a leader. You are a leader.
Honorable, with due respect, the Speaker, Akwa Ibom State Assembly, my name is Joseph Bakassi. I decided to come out here because of the issue in contention. This issue had lingered over the years. I have my good friend, Honorable Chris Njambonga. In 2001-2002, when Bakassi was supposed to be seated, we organized a demonstration in Akwa Ibom State. We were chased by the police, by the SSS, with our government. But we understand that what is not worth living for is not what is not worth dying for is not worth living for. We never knew that it will metaphor till today. Akwa Ibom State is feeling the impact of it. Honorable Leader Hilary Bison could tell me about it. Honorable Pachi could also say it. We sat as young people, students in the university, and said that Akwa Ibom State is going to lose so much by the ceding of Bakassi Peninsula. But today, we have seen what the realization is. Thank God for the governor of Akwa Ibom State, who had decided to re-energize the young people of Akwa Ibom and say, you can stand up and ask for what is your right. Speaker, sir, I want to say that Akwa Ibom State have youth who could demand for what is theirs. If the government of Akwa Ibom State would partner with young people in Akwa Ibom State, I strongly believe that the sky will just be our starting point. I want to say that in 2008, when the 96 oil wells were to be ceded to 76 to Akwa Ibom State, my brother and friend Hilary was the PA to the governor on student matters. Some of us went into the university as postgraduate students because we never had a leverage of operating in Akwa Ibom State. You say, no, if you take it away, we will return to zero in Akwa Ibom State. But it was still resisted by us. I want to say that for the fact that the present governor of Akwa Ibom State have decided to say, no, Akwa Ibom State should have to stand up. I want to appreciate the young people who have come out to say that Akwa Ibom State needs a rightful place in the scheme of things. We've been relegated to the background. The governor is telling us about what is happening in NDDC. We are being seen as a non-littoral state. Were we resettled based on the Green Tree agreements? Were we given the requirements that were supposed to be given to us because our land had been taken away? Naturally, because of ceding of Bakassi, we were supposed to have gotten a referendum to ask us where do we want to belong to. Then we'll say, okay, we want to go to Cameroon or want to belong here. But those things were done without due process. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that Akwa Ibom State have young men who will enable you get to your destination. I strongly believe that what we are here today for is to ask the federal government of Nigeria, through your office and the governor of Akwa Ibom State, that what had been taken off does not belong to you, but belongs to us as a people of Akwa Ibom State. And we have the right to ask for it. And as a people that are in Nigeria, every Nigerian has equal rights. You don't belong to the north and you have better rights than us in the south. We strongly believe that Akwa Ibom State deserves its rightful place. Thank you, sir, and God bless.
Build the youth.
Build the nation.
Finally, our brother, Paul Adede, pass it to the governor on youth. Please, capital one.
Build the youth.